Hey, listen, there's a method to this madness. I promise. I think. I'm terrible at hair. So we're gonna film something here. I don't know what we're gonna do. It's gonna be fun though. Maybe a little bit more on the easy side. And then I'm going to take that off and then I'm gonna film the Vanessa Hudgens. I'm gonna do an IGTV on that, all in depth. I'll have all of the products listed, all of that good stuff. But here I was gonna film something a little more simple. Okay, so of course, don't ever trust me. What I want to do is I want to show you really easy ways to use black eyeshadow. New Year's Eve is coming up and it's the perfect excuse to use it. But I know it can be very intimidating, so I'm going to show you. It's really all in how you pick up the product and again the tapping motions. But right now we're just applying a little bit of, well, quite a bit. We're applying our eyeshadow base from our lid to our brow bone. Okay, so already the first step, do not set this base. This base is a very tacky base, and as long as you use pressing motions, what that's going to do is it's actually going to grab your eyeshadow. It's going to give you more control. So don't set it. Let's start with the black eyeshadow first. So this is actually one of my favorite black eyeshadows ever. This is the Natasha Denona Blackest Black eyeshadow, and it is the blackest of the black eyeshadows. And we're going to grab a Rose & Ben Beauty E27. Notice that I'm starting with a very, very tiny brush. I'm going to make sure that this didn't separate or crease. It's going to completely do that until it's set, totally normal. And what I'm going to do is press it here and through here. You'll notice that we're not getting any fallout, and one of the reasons is because of our pressing motions and also that this base is very tacky. Notice we haven't had to tap back in. So pigmented, no patchiness, just kind of keep tapping. Then I'm going to relax my eye and you can see it kind of start to come out of the fold of my eye and just start tapping that. If we need to add more we can, but for right now let's just get the base set. I picked up some more of that eyeshadow and we're just going to continue building this up. Now we are going to do transitions and add warmth later, but it's always easier to start with the black eyeshadow, especially when you're using a type of tacky base like this. Now we're going to start to transition, so we're going to switch to an E28 here. And we're only going to be using the side of it, so we're going to grab this shade right here. This is soft brown. And I'm going to take that right above. Okay, this is the process that I need all of you to trust. Because once you start to tap this, it's going to transition and kind of melt into each other. There we go. And notice that I'm using the side of my brush and just kind of tapping back and forth. And now we'll take it a little bit over this way. I didn't want the black to go too heavy towards the inner corner. Tapping, it'll take just a little bit of it and shade it, but I didn't want it to be just completely black all the way over. Also, whenever you're working with black eyeshadow, it's going to be a lot easier to use warm colors. I love cool tones, but if you're just kind of starting out and you're not as comfortable with black eyeshadow, warm tones. Warm, warm, warm. Think Soft Brown by MAC. Look at that smooth blend. Listen to that Gene Bean back there, demanding food. Okay, so we are going to be using glitter and rhinestones, but hear me out. I'm going to make it the most simple version ever for you. But first we're going to go into this. I'm grabbing that on the side of the brush. And we're just going to apply this on the lid. That's a beautiful color. Just kind of tap. I'm going to tap it over into the black just to kind of fade it ever so lightly. But remember, that was only 3 shadows, so that's pretty simple. This color, New Year's Eve. That is New Year's Eve to me. That is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Keep in mind, you could throw on a smudge liner, a wing liner, call it a day. I'm just going to give you options. Just depending on how spicy you're feeling that day. Just giving you options. I am going to do a wing liner. Like I said, you could do smudged. You could do the wing I did on my last saved highlight. For me, I'm just thinking wing. So I do love that liner, but sometimes it's a little too shiny. I'm going to grab the E26 and the black eyeshadow and just kind of tap that on top. My favorite liner ever is still the Melt Cosmetics gel liner and this brush. I just always like to mix things up. I never want to bore y'all. Okay, now we're gonna grab some micellar water and our Rose and Ben Beauty C30. Go right into there and clean up underneath here. I already did this side, but sometimes I like to elongate my wing. So I'll just kind of tap that right onto that and elongate it. I'm always very careful when I use glitter. I don't like to use it a lot because it can be dangerous for the eye, and I always want to do a disclaimer. But removal can be very easy. I always like to talk about removal if I am going to use it. Just kind of use some Scotch tape and just dab it on top before you want to take it off. So just a nice little disclaimer. So now I'm gonna grab this glitter primer here. This one's from Valentino, but NYX has a great one. I love the one from NYX. I just happen to have this one, and I'm gonna grab it on my finger, and I'm just gonna put it on one eye at a time, about that much. Actually, I'm gonna even that out on the back of my hand, so that might be enough for both eyes. Okay, and then we're gonna tap that on top. Tapping it pretty high. But I'm not taking it into the black. Grabbing another E27, I'm gonna go right into the glitter pot here and just start tapping that on. I'm just picking up a tiny amount to start with. That's really pretty. Okay, so we have a little bit of fallout here. I want to show you. I always like to be extra safe. If I'm going to get spicy with the glitter, I have to teach y'all how to take it off. So you'll see I have my Scotch tape here. And all you do is just grab it. Very easy, and that's what we'd be doing on our lid before we remove it, but you kind of get the idea when I show you right here. So let's throw on some mascara. I'm going to put on some rhinestones too. Like I said, you can take what you want from this look. You could have stopped at the eyeshadow. You didn't have to add the wing liner. I just want to give a lot of New Year's Eve, kind of what we think of when we think of New Year's Eve. I want to give a lot of options. By the way, I really do like this Valentino mascara, and the reason why is because it's very black, and I love the way it looks with falsies. So we're going to go ahead and pop on our lash here. And then we'll add just a couple rhinestones. It's actually much easier than you think. We're gonna grab some clear glue, and I'm just gonna do a couple dots. I'm just gonna do them towards the inner part here. I like to do maybe 3 at a time. It can be completely random. These are from Amazon. Just search nail art rhinestones. I'm gonna grab the tiniest ones. And then I'm going to grab this little nail art tool that came with it. I'm going to pick up one of the tiny ones and just kind of press it on there. So easy. Like I said, I'm going to take these up a little bit higher just so they kind of look like they're falling into the glitter. Ooh, that's spicy. There you have it. That's fun. That's fun. This eye right here is celebrating. Since I'm going to wipe this off and do another crazy extravagant look, I'm not going to use primer, but I'm going to grab this. This is the Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing from Shiseido. I haven't used it in a very long time. I used to love it. So we'll apply this. And grab our Anisa Beauty Pinnacle Foundation brush. Start to work that in. I'm gonna grab my Beauty Creations concealer. I need to make sure to shake it. There we go. This is the shade C6, and I'm just gonna apply it through here. And I'm going to grab my Nisa Beauty Angle Concealer Brush and start to press this in. These rhinestones are just out here partying on my eyeball. I do really take my time and work in the concealer. Find the more that you work it in, the less it's going to crease. So I'll just kind of do that initial work in, and then I'm still going to come back over here and continue to press that. Go ahead and set my under eyes. I'm actually going to use my She Glam powder today. This one's a little bit more, I guess, full coverage. I feel like since it's beige, it's a more of a beigey pink, and that little bit of beige is going to help with any kind of darkness underneath the eye today. Anything peachy beige is going to help my skin tone. Ooh, that's nice. I'm using powder bronzer and powder blush today, so I'm going to grab this and go ahead and set the rest of my face. Every time I use this, I feel a tinge of guilt, but it's so pretty. I did a wear test and it wore amazing. It's so blurring. It's so pretty. I just really love it. Now I'm going to warm up my face with some bronzer. I'm going to grab my Gucci bronzer. This was my favorite bronzer of the year. Okay, so that's going to look really aggressive, but if I just keep pressing it in, it always just melts right in. That leaves it so beautifully defined. There we go. It's beautiful. I feel like MAC Peaches is going to be really pretty with this, so that's what we're going to use. And I think I'm going to apply it kind of through here. So not quite here, not quite here, kind of in between. That's pretty. I think we're going to do a white waterline because it's fun. So now we're going to grab the black eyeshadow again. This is actually hard to open. I always have to pry it open with tweezers like that. And then I'm going to go just with the very tip of the brush, press that underneath here. Let's grab MAC Nylon for our inner corner. So nostalgic. So we're going to grab Make It Forever Artist Color Pencil in Wherever Caffeine. Let me double check that. Anywhere Caffeine. I always type it out. And we'll just kind of do a rough draft. I think I'm just going to do a gloss. Okay, that's good enough hair for right now. Like I said, I'm going to kind of tease it and try to get those waves that Vanessa Hudgens has. We'll see. If not, if I end up with the top knot, that's where we're at. I'm terrible at hair. I'm terrible, but that's okay. I think I want to try out this. This is from REM Beauty. I bought this. So they sent me a few things, but then I bought a ton of things. This is one of the things I bought. This is the gloss in the shade Waterfalls. So let's try this on. That's pretty. Very shiny. I like it. We're done. I'll be saving this look to my highlights, of course. There's a lot of techniques here. This is fun. This is New Year's Eve. We're ready. Except for it's not New Year's Eve. I thought this was a really good opportunity to talk more about black eyeshadow. Black eyeshadow is so intimidating, but it's so easy. It's truly so easy. And remember, we only use 3 eyeshadows. That's all. So easy. All right, I'm going to take pictures of this look, make sure it's documented because I really do like it. And of course, like I said, I'll save it. And then I'm going to film the Vanessa Hudgens look. Let me show you the look I'm talking about. This one. That's very spicy. So I have everything. I actually ordered the MAC glitter that Alan used here too. So we'll be using that. And that's going to be an IGTV. So that'll always be on my page. I'm excited. This looks fun. Also, I'm trying to do this, but my hair is very long and nowhere in my bio does it say I do hair. I don't do hair. I love you all so much. I'm posting something really fun tonight, so get ready for that. I'll see you in tonight's comments. Love you.